Hi everyone, I'm Janiece McIntosh, creator of Black Women's Health and FabioFit, and today I am joined with the wonderful Mrs. Dr. Sebi and our wonderful sister Danielle Davis. Would you like to introduce yourself, Ms. Dr. Sebi?
Hi, good evening. It's wonderful to be here. I'm honored to speak on our behalf because there's so much we can do help us. Especially tonight, we are going to learn something right now that we can start with to keep us healthy.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Danielle, would you like to introduce yourself and ask the first question?
Yep, I am Danielle Davis. I am a registered nurse by day and an aspiring writer by night. I am always passionate about Black women's health, so I'm really excited to be on this call to learn and to share information to help our community. So, first question, I wanted to know, noting the lack of research in Western medicine when it comes to explain why Black women are more likely to get fibroids. What are your thoughts as to why the number is so high in our community, at least 80% in our community when it comes to diagnosis of fibroids?
It is the foods that we've been taught to eat. It is the foods that we've been taught to eat since the time of the colonialists were still eating that food. Should we stop eating those foods, you would find that the body begins to rejuvenate. It
Okay,
starts. Mhm.
okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. My question is, there are a number of illnesses that I found Black women have higher rates of. And I was wondering if you had any thoughts as to why our rates are 3 times higher than the national average for things like cancer, fibroids, diabetes, and other illnesses.
It is the same thing. It is the foods that we're grown accustomed to. Actually, it is like I really consider it as the real opioid, which is disguised as food, and we need to get away from that. If not, we would always be sick. Actually, fibroids, I can assure you, if you are using egg, milk, cheese, butter, meat, or so for a certain period of time, you will develop fibroids, whether it's in the uterus or you may develop tumors, blood clots, brain tumors, etc. It is the foods that we're eating because based on the chemical, the chemical, what you call it, results of these foods. For instance, if you're eating meat, it really breaks down to inflammation and then uric acid. So therefore, it's not a food. And for milk, cheese, and butter, that's lactic acid. And for all the rest, it's carbonic acid. And that is all we eat, actually. So we need to change that diet. We need to get away from that diet that they told us that would help us. Actually, because of the fact that they lie about everything, whether it's history, education, medicine. So you think they're not lying about food? It is way off. We should not be eating those things. It is not our diet. That is why we get sick.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was great. Danielle?
Yeah, so leading on from that now, in terms of the foods we eat, what foods would you suggest when we're trying to cleanse and detox our bodies to start eating better? What are some tips that you have on that to start that path?
I can assure you, if you were to have an herb, a plant like sea moss, especially because it contains 92 minerals in it. You know that our body contains approximately 102. So you would find that it's like nature's whole food. And you should ingest that daily. 3 times a day is even better that you can begin with. That's one of the foods we can begin with.
Okay.
Wonderful. My next question is about detoxing. There's been this common trend to kind of like detox and fast and do all these different types of things. What detox would you recommend somebody?
Detoxing is good, except I would recommend if you're detoxing, you must replace minerals that's deficient. You can't just detox and not replace minerals that our bodies need. That is why most of the time the treatments fail with most people. You must um, replace iron, especially, but a proper structure of iron as well. Minerals, like I said, with sea moss, it has 92 minerals in there, so you can't really go wrong with that. But detoxing is good because that is the only way we can remove the inflammation, the waste, the toxins, acid from our body. So it is good.
And
But
does that also, sorry,
mhm.
does that also help for like bloating and gas and stomach discomfort and stuff like that?
Of course, because we actually do have a therapy program which not only cleans the digestive tract, but continues on to clean the body from the cellular level. It removes, the nitrogen, all that gas, that bloatedness, etc., and excessive waste. And that condition comes from what we're accustomed to eating. Most of the time, especially us folks from the Caribbean, we like that rice and beans. Actually, we just ate carbonic acid and nitrogen
Right.
because beans are capsules of starch and it's loaded with nitrogen and other toxins.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, I did not know that. Would that include lentils and like kidney beans and like all of
All of
those?
them. All of them. I think the safest bean that you can have is what we call chickpeas or gambanzo, or
Yeah.
we call it chana.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is the safest one. It contains less starch or gluten as well. So that is the least dangerous one. Everything else, they're really just capsules of starch. Even the so-called split peas that we like, the African folks, we like that split peas. Actually, they took a bean and split it in two and sent half to Africa and the other half to India.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
It's no good at all. Yeah, we have to get off that diet that the colonialist has, designed for us, which keeps it's good for him because it will keep us dependent on their food and medicine. We have to get off that.
Good.
Yeah. Because it's very addicting. Sounds like you said opioid,
It is
and
the real one.
Yeah.
and
It
with opioids comes so much addiction, and you kind of find yourself craving these kinds of foods all the time. Is there a superfood that could help with those cravings when you're trying to like get your body off of these foods?
Sure, CMOS.
Oh,
If
the
you have
CMOS.
CMOS
Okay.
at least 3 times a day, you'd find after a while you're not as hungry. And it actually helps. It gives you time to select something that would not hurt you. Um, because as it is true that the real opioids, uh, it's disguised as the food that we normally eat.
Mm.
So
Wow.
we need to get that off. It's more difficult that because I take people off drugs, crack and heroin and all that stuff. But to think it's more difficult to get you off what we call regular food.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm,
So that's why.
Right. Okay.
yeah.
So I have one more question for you here. Question is about spirulina. A lot of people are tweeting about how spirulina is like this amazing, amazing super nutrient. And I'm wondering what are your thoughts on spirulina?
Well, we do not recommend spirulina because it's cultivated, so we do not recommend that. I do not use it nor recommend it. As I just said, the best food that you can find on the planet, it contains 92 minerals in it, and our body contains 102, and that's sea moss. You can't go wrong with that, and then we do not recommend spirulina.
Okay. Great, great, great. Do you have any other question that you'd like to ask before we wrap up this wonderful, wonderful discussion that we'll be following up on?
Yes, just on the tail end of sea moss, is it good to add to everything? Should it be taken in a tablet form? What's the best way to ingest the sea moss?
As long as you are ingesting sea moss, it's good. You can add it to your soups. You can add it to your smoothies. You can make a baby formula with it. If the mother cannot breastfeed, that would be the best formula to give. And besides nourishing the entire system, it's also known as West Indian Viagra. So it gives you back your libido, men and women. Actually just nourishes every cell in your body, so you'll find you're more revitalized.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. So I know that we're going to get a lot of questions coming in, so I just want to let everybody know that we're actually going to be doing a follow-up to this discussion, so stay tuned. So you can send your questions in through Insta message, DM, email, and I'm actually going to pass the mic back to Mrs. Dr. Sebi so that she can tell everyone how to get in touch with her, how to reach her, and a little bit more about what she offers.
Okay. Because my late husband, we won a case in the Supreme Court of New York proving to cure AIDS, cancer, diabetes, herpes, lupus, blindness, etc. So we continue, following the same precepts. We really need to get off the foods that we're used to. Stop taking your children as as a, what you call that, like gratification also. Stop taking your children to Macbeth and Murder King and killing freaking communities. That's what I call them. They're located in our neighborhoods. We have to stop buying these foods. It is not food. It's actually, as I said, opioids disguised as food. And I do call them Macbeth, Murder King, and killing freaking communities. And if I was not in Arabia, I'd use the other F word. And also, we need to stop shopping at the supermarkets.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So do you have a website that people can get in touch with? I'm actually going to post up
yes.
your contact information.
Yeah. You can go to two websites. My daughter's website is nextgenherbalproducts.com. That is NEXT, generation for short, GEN, herbalproducts.com. And my website is internationalherbalproducts.com. You can go to, it's INTL, international for short, herbalproducts.com, herbalproducts.com. So you have nextgenherbalproducts.com and you have internationalherbalproducts.com. Okay, so these two websites, we offer our original compounds that we've developed, when my husband was alive. These are the products that we've continue making. And of course, my husband did all the talking, so we were the chefs in the kitchen, and I taught my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we really look forward to having a follow-up discussion with you in the next coming weeks. And yeah, thank you so much for being here with us, Danielle. And to everyone, we will see you soon, and thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you. Goodbye. And we will definitely do this again.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.